Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Hub back in the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Houston Rockets potentially trading for Kelly Olynyk, Utah Jazz center, who can also play the power forward and small forward position. After a day after the Rockets trading for a center, I didn't think I'd be talking about the Rockets potentially trading for another center. But when that center that we just traded for, Steven Adams, is out for the season, with the Rockets, draft capital and players that they have to move, I think I'm pretty certain that the Rockets will go after another big man before the trade deadline ends a week or 6 days from today. Look, I love the Steven Adams trade. I think he's going to be a great fit next season, bringing in better defense, better rebounding, better toughness. I think better leadership as well. He's going to be great for the Rockets this year. But if the Rockets care anything about this season and potentially making it into the play-in or the playoffs, they need to address their rebounding issues now. They need their lack of getting someone who can help on the defensive end and also help us in the rebounding category. And obviously, I don't think it'd be smart to trade for a big man who is under contract. I'm talking about a guy like that we were interested before. I think the interest is probably gone now that these guys are under contract for more years. Clint Capella and Robert Williams are two guys I'm thinking about. Those are two guys I would not go after with having Steven Adams as the backup center next year. And the plan is to give him around 18 to 20 minutes per game. So I would go after guys that are cheaper and are expiring contracts. So the teams that those players are on might be willing to give him up. And that player, once the season is over, they'll be a free agent. Steven Adams will be healthy, and the Rockets will have a backup center. We're going to be talking about Kelly Olynyk. He is with the Utah Jazz. He has played with the Rockets before, was acquired. And funny enough, the Rockets traded away Victor Oladipo for Steven Adams, who, when we traded for Kelly Olynyk the first time, that's who we were trading away, Victor Oladipo. So that was the second time we traded away Vic. But I think that for the Rockets, I'd love to get Kelly Olynyk back. He brings in so many team needs with rebounding, helping out on the defensive end, especially for a big man. Brings in a big man that can help now. Sure, you brought in a big man who could help next year, but how about bringing a big man who could help now? And not only does he help those team needs, but he also helps. He also will help with the team need that usually most centers or big men you bring in will not help with this need, but three-point shooting. Kelly Olynyk is an excellent three-point shooter, and the Rockets need to build better three-point shooters around Alperen Sengun. I think that will make him a better player. Look at a guy like Nikola Jokic, how well he plays with good shooters around him. The Rockets really need to do that for Sengun, and I think that's the way they need to build that out throughout the trade deadline. With the assets, they have draft picks, not only draft picks, but players to move on, like Victor Oladipo wasn't the only guy we have to move. Jason Tate is the guy we're going to talk about in just a minute. Jock Landale, Jeff Green, Aaron Holiday, Reggie Bullock Jr., some of the guys that are on the table. Then multiple second-round picks laid out, first-round picks from Brooklyn and ours. There are so many draft picks that can be moved and 5 or 6 players that can be moved. So the Rockets, in my opinion, I think they need to really build some shooters around Sengun. I think that will make him a really better player because the Rockets have a top 5 bottom three-point percentage in the NBA. That is not good. But Kelly Olynyk, an excellent three-point shooter, 42.7% of the season. He is shooting a career low 2 3-pointers a game, attempted three-pointers a game. But even last year, 4 attempts per game, still shot near 40% at 39.4. Has a career percent as 30%, and he helps out with so many team needs. And even if let's just say the Rockets wanted to re-sign Kelly next year, let's say he plays so well they want to bring him in, but they really like Steven Adams. Kelly Olynyk can play the small forward, power forward position for us as well. Now, it brings some trouble because the Rockets have so much talent off the bench already, but if the Rockets want to re-sign Olynyk, he's not going to just play like with Steven Adams. all he's going to do for us is play the center position. You can't move him to the 4 or the 3. Like, I think Şengün, if you wanted to, you could move him to the 4. I don't suggest it, but you could move Şengün to the 4. Steven Adams, you can't move. You have to keep him at the 5. Kelly Olynyk, he can move to the 4. He can move to the 3. He even played a little bit as small forward when he was with the Rockets last time in the 2020-21 season. Keep in mind, when he was with the Rockets last, was the best he's ever played basketball. He averaged 19 points per game and 8.4 rebounds per game with the Rockets in 27 games of 24 starts with 31.1 minutes per game. And from 3, he shot 39.2%. Olynyk was excellent for the Rockets. I'm telling everybody right now, this is the move the Rockets need to make at the trade deadline because he's going to be cheap too. I think it's only going to take Jae'Sean Tate and a second-round pick to get him. He's an expiring contract. Utah can improve their defense. Look how bad they were handling the 76ers without Joel Embiid last night. Tyrese Maxey just scored 51 on them. Look how bad they look. I know Maxey had a great game, but Utah played some terrible defense on they played some terrible defense against Philadelphia last night, and I don't think that's any of Kelly's fault. I don't think he had that great of a game last night. I don't really remember, to be honest, but still, I think they can improve a little defensively if they want to make a run. And sure, Kelly Olynyk, getting rid of him would hurt because he's been so good for them this season, but they have so much size, I don't think it really hurts them. You have Lauri Markkanen and you have Walker Kessler. You have, I know he hasn't played a lot this year, but he was their 8th overall pick, 9th overall pick, Taylor Hendricks, Simone Fodoyeko. They have so much size to the point where I think it wouldn't hurt them to get rid of one of their bigger players who is an expiring contract to get a guy like Jae'Sean Tate, who's a great defender and a great rebounder as well. Now, he won't bring much on the offensive end, but and you get a second-round pick for a guy who very well might leave you in the summer. I think it's a trade Utah would probably accept. But I think the Rockets need to go after 2 guys like Andre Drummond or Kelly Olynyk, who are expiring deals and can come in and help right now, which Steven Adams can't do because he's out for the season with a season-ending knee surgery that was before the season with Memphis. I think this is the perfect move for the Rockets to make. That's the video. If you guys enjoyed, let me know your thoughts on the potential trade in the comment section, and peace out. Go Rockets.